This is really weird, but Paddy got abducted on Wednesday night. Paddy? Did you get abducted, honey? Yeah, yes, I did, and I was all baffled when I reappeared over there. See, I was kind of all baffled. You acted pretty normal, but you acted a little different, like you kind of started meowing, like meow, meow. You were acting a little weird and fidgety. You just kind of reappeared over there on the little rubbery thing. You say, yeah, I got abducted back in 2004 or 5. They abducted Stubbles from the kitchen for about an hour, and I didn't know aliens were in my life then. I just somehow knew that she would come back. I just somehow instinctively knew that, and she did. They took her from the kitchen, and then she reappeared like an hour later in the kitchen. And so anyway, I wonder if it's because she was much older. She was old, probably, I don't know, 15 at least or older. And she was having some kidney problems. She was kind of hurting too, I think. But I was kind of stupid back then, you know. I thought Bobby was being mean to her. And I wonder if that's why the aliens abducted her, because they, you know, wanted to check out her kidneys and stuff. But they did abduct Stubbles physically back in 2005, and then, well, I know they abducted Cesar ethereally off the bed when they were all over my bed and shit, taking me out of body and shit, wide awake, back in 2013. But whether or not any other of my other cats got physically abducted, I don't know. But Paddy, it was the second cat I noticed that's ever been physically abducted. Okay, so here's how. Damn it, Paddy, quit scratching, shithead. I'm gonna comb you in a minute, okay? Paddy. Okay, so anyway, so I was mowing. I started mowing at 6:47 p.m. and I got done right at 7:15 p.m. Like right at 7:15, and it was already pretty much dark then. But at 7 o'clock, when I was mowing the yard, I saw, you know, Paddy was trying to get away from the lawnmower, so she started darting around the yard. She kind of darted around the yard, and then she kind of ran up here, and then like she went that direction, and so I just figured she went under the bush, because she's always going to either go under here, the steps, or the bush. She mainly goes under the bush. Okay, so she disappeared right about 7 o'clock, and this was Wednesday night, 2 nights ago. And then it was 7:15 when I got done mowing, and it was already almost pitch dark by then. It was maybe not 100% pitch dark, but it was getting close to being pitch dark at 7:15. And that's when I got done mowing. Okay, so at 7:15, that's when I started, and of course I did not ever see Paddy jump over the fence or anything. She can't jump over the fence. She's 10 years old now. She is a senior cat. She cannot jump over the fence. She has not jumped over the fence since 2014. So she can't jump over the fence. She knows she's just older now, and she doesn't even want to jump over the fence. But like I say, it just seemed like, okay, I was mowing in the middle of the yard, and then she kind of darted over there and darted over here, and then it just appeared she probably ran under the bush. At 7:15, when I was looking for her, there was nowhere, she was nowhere to be found. I mean, I looked everywhere. Under the bush, I mean, I looked everywhere, and you know, my yard's pretty small. And, so yeah, it's pretty small, and I looked everywhere, and I was just like, this is bizarre, because of course I'm gonna think that she probably jumped over the fence, but I knew that wouldn't be her, because I knew she was too old and she can't even get over the damn fence. But a long time ago in 2014, what she used to do, she used to somehow get over the fence right there, And, you know, about 20 minutes later, I would call, I'd be like, Paddy, Paddy, and this should be coming from that house, or, you know, this house, the fence, and she would start walking like this, and to come back over to me in my, you know, in my yard. And she would be gone, I don't know, I'd holler for her maybe 30 minutes later, but yeah, she would like, you know, like, doop, 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 at the other side. She would straddle the other side and here, and be like walking, 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 walking like that. She would come from, you know, that house right there. That's how she, you know, she jumped the fence before. That's how she always did it in 2014 and previous. But she, like I say, she's 10 years old now. She cannot jump over the fence. You know, her muscles and stuff just aren't strong anymore. I mean, look, does she look like she wants to fucking jump over the fence? No. Say no. It's because I can't get over the damn fence. But she did act, she was gone for 3 hours and 17 minutes. And like I say, she didn't act too strange. She acted a little baffled. You know, she, like when I brought her in, she would just be kind of like meow, meow, meow. She acted a little baffled, but not like traumatized or anything like that. What the motherfuck? Charlie, god damn it. How the fuck did you get over, baby? Shit. Charlie was on his fucking back. Okay, so I gotta check him out in a minute. Shit, I gotta hurry up. Okay, so anyway, god damn. I think he's okay, but, I don't know, what the fucking fuck. Okay, so anyway, I mean, does she freaking look like she wants to jump over the fucking fence? No, she can't jump over the fence. She hasn't jumped over the fence since 2014. Because like I say, she's old now. I mean, she would have been only, you know, 6 years old. So she was still young back then. She's too old. She has not jumped over the fence since like I said, maybe even 2013. It was either 2013 or 2014. And Bobby, that was also the last time he attempted to jump over the fence. Like right here. He attempted to jump over and he fell back. And that was probably around hey baby, hey Izzy. That's probably around 2014. Maybe 2015, but that was the last time he ever attempted to jump over the fence. Because like I say, he just died and he was 13 and a half years old. So, you know, 3 years ago, he was 10 years old. You know, that's pretty old for a damn cat. That's a geriatric cat at 10 years old. Okay, so anyway, so, I just thought this is so bizarre, you know, so, but of course I'm going to think she jumped over the fence. Like, what else am I going to think? So I got on my talking table, my Ouija board, and I started talking to my spirit guide, and I was like, did Paddy jump over the fence? It's kind of hard talking to, you know, spirits, aliens, whatever, on the Ouija board. But anyway, so at first, because sometimes they don't really understand your question. And so first she said yes. And then I kept coming back out here looking for her about every 20 minutes, and I didn't find her. And then I finally asked her, did she get abducted by aliens? And so my spirit guide's on, she said yes. She said that she got abducted by aliens and that that they were going to return her at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, Zon, why the hell do they have to keep her that long? There's no need to abduct her for that long, from 7 o'clock to 2 a.m. But I figured, oh well, I'll just, you know, when I go to bed, I normally get up around, you know, 3 a.m. and then 5 a.m. or whatever to go pee-pee. And so anyway, so then I came back out here, like I said, I came back out here from all the way from 7:15, like every 20 minutes. I just came back out here every 20 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. And then I came out here at 10 o'clock, and then another time at 10:15, and then I figured, well, she's not going to be out here, you know. But I started around, you know, that part of the yard at 10:15, and I figured, you know, she still probably wasn't out here. Okay, so sure enough, I started walking over there, and then I looked up here. I had the flashlight and everything, and then I looked up this direction, and this was around 10:17 p.m. by now. And she was just sitting there chilling, like chilling right here, just chilling. She likes to sit, you know, like right here, lay, I mean. She's been doing that a lot. And so that's where she just kind of reappeared. But I first walked around the yard, and then I started coming up this direction, and then I just saw her sitting there, or laying there, on the little water retention dilly bobber. Like, you know, I walked, like I said, because I walked out here at 10:15. I walked out here at 10 o'clock, and then another time at 10:15, and I figured, well, she's not fucking out here. And so I walked over there, walked over here, and then I turned around, and then there she was, right there. There she was. There she was, just chilling. And then when I brought her in, she just kind of started running around, and then she just was kind of like, meow, meow, meow. She acted kind of baffled, but she didn't act too traumatized or anything. And funny how she's also my oldest cat at this point, so I don't know if maybe they just want to check her out and everything, since she's my oldest cat at this point. But another thing I went ahead and did, I got to check on Charlie in a minute. Another thing I went ahead and did around 9 o'clock or 8:45, or I don't know, it was like 8:30 or 8 o'clock. It was already pitch dark by then, of course. Pretty much gets pitch dark at 7:15 now, or 7:20. So, so about, I guess it was probably about 8 or 8:15, I went ahead and drove on that street, that new street right there, back there. And then I got out of my car, even though it was dark and everything, but I figured if she, you know, jumped the fence, she's definitely going to be lingering, just sitting, you know, laying down right over on the other side of the fence, you know, if she jumped the fence. Well, you know, it's pretty easy access now to get over there, you know, from that road and everything. So I started walking around. I started looking at all the other, you know, fences too, to see if Paddy was laying around or whatever. And like I say, that was probably about 8:30 or whatever, and it was already pitch dark by then, but I did have my flashlight. And she was nowhere to be found. I mean, if she would have jumped the fence, she would have been chilling. Now, over at the other side of the fence. Now, Hannah, when she jumps over the fence, she cannot get back over because of the angle. I mean, because it's higher on the other side than it is on this side. But Paddy, somehow, whenever she started getting over the fence back around 2014 and previous, she just knows where there's a low area over there, or she's going under the fence. But Hannah has never learned that yet, because when she jumps over the fence, Hannah tries, she'll try to jump back over, but she can't do it because it's much lower on this side of the fence. It's much steeper on the other side of the fence, and she's very acrobatic. And of course, she's getting old now too, because she's 7 years old. But yeah, so, but as far as I remember, she never could really jump back over, as far as I remember, because she doesn't realize that once she gets over, it's much higher. And she didn't figure out, like Paddy, that there's some lower areas over there, or Paddy was, you know, going under the fence and then jumping back up and then crawling over to me, you know, from that area. But yeah, she was definitely freaking abducted, because there's no way she can get out of the yard. She can't get out of the yard. She can't jump over the fence because she's too damn old. And she was gone for 3 hours and 17 minutes. Weren't you, Patters? Patter la fatter? Baby? Yeah, yes, I was. I mean, she's old now. She's 10 years old. She can't jump over the fence. She's just too old. Hey, sweetie. And Cesar definitely can't jump over the fence. He can't jump over the fence because he, well, now he really, well, he never tried before because he was just too fat, but he really can't now, and he won't ever be able to jump over the fence because he's got something wrong with his back legs. I don't know if it's hereditary, but he can't jump anymore. He can jump a little bit, but he can't even jump on the counter anymore. He can't jump high distances because, like I say, he's got something wrong with his back legs. But I mean, he's okay otherwise. I think from when he got kind of fat, I thought maybe that's how he ruptured it, or he sprained a disc or something in his spine. That's what the vet said, but I think it could be just something hereditary. The vet said it would take 6 months to heal, and it did. Well, I mean, it did heal up, but I mean, not 100%. He still doesn't have, you know, it's been 7 months now. He doesn't have full function. And I don't know if he's ever going to have full function. I think it's just old age, you know, and a genetic condition or something. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, he won't lose more mobility or whatever as he gets older. But yeah, like I say, Paddy got abducted. for 3 hours and 17 minutes. Oh, but by the way, when my spirit guide kept saying, oh, they're gonna bring her back at 2 a.m., I start talking to the aliens like, why the hell do you have to keep her that long? You don't have to keep her that long. And I start talking to them right about, 10 o'clock or 10:15 before I came out here one last time to look for Paddy. And I guess they were listening. It's so weird. I mean, I guess they were listening. They normally give me what I ask for. It's so weird. And then lo and behold, like I said, I was walking around the yard and there she was. So it's like I don't know, they were listening and, we're like, okay, well, let's go ahead and return her because they don't want me, she doesn't want us to keep Paddy wherever they take her, the other dimension, whatever, till 2 a.m. in the morning. But I don't know, it's just very strange. Oh, and of course, and like I say, I don't think they didn't have to help Bobby die. He was already, his time to go, was his time to go right at, around 8 a.m. when I left for work on last Wednesday or whatever. I don't think they had to help him die or whatever in my house, but I still think they placed him on the floor. The aliens did. And another thing, the only other paranormal activity, before Paddy got physically abducted was last Friday. I went to the hospital. Well, I went pee-pee in the bathroom before I went to the hospital. When I came back, at the left side of the sink, there was this slimy shit. Big puddle, as big as this. A big puddle of clear, slimy shit. And I don't know what the hell it was, but I wiped it up and everything. But it definitely was not there when I left to go to the hospital. So I don't know what the hell it was, but the aliens placed it there. But like I said, I don't know what it was. It was like black goo, except it was clear goo. Hey, no, it was like clear goo. And like, I don't know what the hell it was. But my sink was totally clean when I left, for the hospital. And I don't even have any kind of soap sitting around at all that would remotely even produce that, And I don't, I only use certain kind of soap now anyway, soap that has no fragrance and chemicals in it. But anyway, so that's my story, and now I gotta go check on my turtles. Thanks for listening.